Today, guys, we're going to be looking at replacing the belt tensioner. You know, what I had happen on the truck, sometimes started making some noise. It sounded like air rushing. And then about 20 miles or so later, this pulley bearing just exploded on me down here. I've had this one go out before. These are really simple. Wasn't even worth making a video. This one I figured I'd show a little bit of a video, just if nothing else, to help you with the part number. But all that I have left of this guy that I could find underneath in the pan that had dropped down were 3 of the ball bearings, and just one piece of the outer pulley survived that was attached to this bearing. And of course, this is what's left of the serpentine belt. It just got shredded completely apart. So I've already started. I put the serpentine belt on to save some time. If you've got a gas engine, the routing for that, because it's going to vary depending on the options in the engine, the routing should be over here on the air cover that you put the air filter in, or maybe on a diesel engine it might be on a sticker on the firewall, on the fan shroud. But one of those places will show you that, and you can route that in. And this particular truck, which is a 98 Chevrolet 5.7 liter Vortec with air conditioning and one alternator, that turns out to be part number 12564763. But what I'll do is I'll roll some part numbers of some common belts and what engines and options they go with in the video description, so that make the video more applicable to more vehicles. The actual belt tensioner we're going to use is this replacement ACDelco part, 890-17309. And just going to open this guy up. And it's all a self-contained unit, and complete self-contained unit, complete with a new bolt. So you got everything you need to reinstall it and replace the one that's there. These GM brand ones, ACDelco, are going to be 13. You're going to find on the other one, but it looks like the replacement one's a little larger than a 13. So I'll have to get a bigger size wrench to get that one off. But let's go ahead and get what's left of the original one off. So like I said, it's a 13. Without taking the fan shroud off, you can get a tool like this in here. I'm hoping I can get enough leverage on this. If this, maybe plus a pipe extension. Hopefully. There it goes. If not, if you can't get this with a pipe extension, you may have to pull this fan shroud out so that you can get a ratchet wrench in here. But let me get this off, and then we'll show what we got left. It's a really long bolt. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, so it looks like, the whole pulley piece, just comparing it with the new one, right? The whole pulley piece is plastic here. So this piece just exploded whenever the bearing gave out on it. And then, like I said, I only could find, 3 of the ball bearings that used to be in here. There's one back down where I got the other one. Anyway, so this is a 13, but they replace it with a larger bolt for this one. So let me go get a larger size. Looks like it might be a 15, and then we'll go ahead and get this new one mounted. All right, it is a 15, as I suspected. So the original one's a 13. These GM replacement ones are 15. Just to make it even more confusing, I've even seen a 16 used with the aftermarket ones. So maybe you have all of those on hand, depending on what you've got to get this off. One other thing I'll point out is I did try to see if ACDelco made just a replacement here, where you get a bearing and pulley assembly. I was really surprised, but they do not offer a part number for this. So you have to replace the whole unit. So that's what I'm doing. When you put it back on, you'll notice there's a little alignment stud here that fits into a hole in the casting down here. So you just want to make sure you get that stud fitting in that hole right there before you start tightening everything down. And that's what lines it up. So let me get this guy in and we'll snug it up. And then I'll show you how you can get the belt back on it. Just going to get the bolt started a little bit. Push this guy in. And then I'm going to tighten him up most of the way by hand. It goes in really easy. If it's not going in easy, you probably got some crud or something there you might want to clean out. But this guy is threading in really easy for me. And this old one is the original one from 1998. I'm very surprised I got this much life out of it. And then I'll snug this guy up just so we can get the belt on. And then what I'll do is I'll torque him later, and I'll roll the torque value down at the bottom for you guys. And again, if you can't get the torque wrench in here and you don't want to pull this fan shroud off, just try to snug it up as tight as you felt on the original one. All right, so now we got to get the belt back on. And like I said, I started this. So we get it kind of somewhat back into position. And all you got to do on these guys is take a 3/8 wrench like this. I'm just using this torque wrench. And there's a hole cut out in there that you can use for this purpose. And you just got to get it set to the right way so that you can turn it like so. And that'll take your tension out so that you can get the belt on top of the alternator. And then you release it, and that's the purpose of this part, is to do that, is to hold the tension on the belt. So all I got left to do on this is torque this guy up, and like I said, I'll run the torque at the bottom, and then I just got to keep fishing around and see if I can find any more of those ball bearings that fell down into the bottom part of the metal skid plate that's underneath the radiator. So simple repair. I thought it would help you out with the part numbers. Again, in the description, I'll roll some of the other ones. If you got questions or comments, go ahead and leave them. I'll try to help you. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.